Hey y'all, just want to do a quick video over how and why my HBCU tweet went viral. So what I said was how it's over 107 HBCUs and y'all keep donating to the same three. I had to keep my notes right here because when I said three, I read the headlines that Netflix was donating to two HBCUs and the United Negro College Fund. So I knew at the time it was only two HBCUs, and I know that it's over 100 HBCUs, 107, but it's almost like you're scared to say 107. I've also saw 105 because, one closed tomorrow, it's like your data is incorrect or something. But anyway, so I just said three, but I wasn't thinking of three in particular. Only school I could say for sure that I was thinking about was Morehouse because the billionaire paid for their debt, which is nothing against Morehouse graduates, nothing against Morehouse students. You can't hate on them because they're getting donations. That's why immediately I made the next tweet that said, my goal is to not be divisive. My goal is to raise awareness. When it comes to the HBCU culture and like me going to the Battle of the Bands all my life in Atlanta, like how Lizzo and Beyonce like kind of paid homage to HBCUs and the culture of HBCUs. A lot of it for me comes from the swag, and of course I attended HBCU in the swag, and so I like to just raise awareness towards that we don't want to lose what we love so much. In my opinion, you can have your say so, or you can have a difference of an opinion without taking away from the greatness that was already in the conversation. My thoughts are, just because you say, how come you didn't donate to, or how come it's donations going towards the same areas, doesn't mean that I want those donations to stop. It means that I want those donations plus others. And so I knew that he donated to Spelman, but because I actually had a friend, I think she was a psychology major, and I went to school with her at Spelman for the day. And you hear about the Spelman name, you know how prestigious it is, you know how expensive it is. You know how they have some of the best professors and some of the most studious and academically strong African-American females that attend there. They study abroad, they do a lot. But of course, I was disappointed in the classroom structures, the dorms, the not having air conditioning. Actually, Prairie View and some other school HBCUs I have visited have better dorms and a better setup than Spelman. So when I hear about donations going to Spelman, I kind of don't blink twice because I have that experience of them kind of needing. So Howard was in my mentions as if the man donated to Howard. The man didn't even donate to Howard, so it's no way I could be talking about Howard. Plus, Howard is on a different level, and I'm okay with saying that because you give props where props is due. Besides the fact that my sorority was founded there, and Howard in my mentions trying to explain how great Howard is to me, you don't got to do that. Howard is up there, you don't even have to. It's almost as if Taraji P. Henson came out tomorrow and said 25% of her proceeds from her hair care line will go to Howard University. If Felicia Rashad and her sister Debbie Allen said a portion of our this and this will be going to Howard University. If some other famous Howard alumni would say they was donating back to their school, because I understand the culture and because I know they're Howard alumni, I wouldn't blink twice, because That's a famous alumni donating to their school. I know Megan Thee Stallion went to Prairie View for a little bit, and then she transferred to TSU because they had an online program for healthcare administration, and Prairie View don't have that. A member of En Vogue went to Prairie View. DJ Premier went to Prairie View. So again, if DJ Premier or En Vogue donated to Prairie View, it would be it would be like alumni donating back. So that's kind of a different conversation too. The conversation that I was having and thinking about was the fact that corporations really don't know how many HBCUs out there if they continue to donate to the same ones. But then further on in a tweet, people brought up whether they were being rude or not, I hurt my feelings. They brought up how you have to pay attention to how your school fundraisers and how they network and what are they doing in order to raise awareness and such to get donations to your HBCU, which I get that. But I still don't think corporations and stuff know. That then I saw my own Prairie View alumni, Prairie View students saying that, HEB gave Prairie View A&M University $1 million. Yes, I'm aware. But I still believe that it's okay to raise awareness about how you can get more donations. And so when I'm talking about the SWAC that's near and dear in my heart, I'm talking about Alabama A&M, ASU, which I grew up going to their games because I had a teacher that kids went to Alabama State University, Alcorn, Arkansas, Palm Bluff, Grambling Band is good, JSU, Jackson State University, which their band is amazing, Mississippi Valley, Prairie View, Southern, which their band and dancers are amazing. Of course, the Black Foxes are amazing. Texas Southern, which is in Houston, that does big things in the community. And also, I heard FAMU will be joining the SWAC soon because everybody was getting on their band and on Twitter. But anyway, another reason why I think it's important to say something about donations is because it was Morris Brown, Clark, Spelman, Morehouse. Morris Brown is closed. And to see Morehouse and Spelman get donations and Clark get left out, which Clark was in my mentions heavy in there throughout the thread because they just be like, Clark just in there like this, what about me? Which is true because I would hate for Clark to close. It was even people saying that Morris Brown and, Morehouse and Spelman use more Clark Library. So to think that you're amongst them in the AUC, which that's what they call it sometimes, and you're not getting donations, like getting into deep conspiracy theories. I got some DMs from some people that were even older telling me about Rockefeller involvement, Bill Gates involvement with Spelman and Morehouse. I understand all that. But when you think about the people saying that the black dollar is worth trillions, I'm talking about we're in a time of revolution right now. If the black dollar is worth trillions and black people don't know that there's this many HBCUs out there that need help, not only can they not donate to these HBCUs, but even if they're involved with these corporations, they're not going to tell you to donate to these HBCUs if they don't know they're out there. And again, another person within my tweet, and then another person that subtweeted my tweet, they kind of went viral because they were saying that they didn't even know it was over 100 HBCUs. And I'm not mad at them for that because if I did nothing else, I raised awareness about how many HBCUs it is. And other people were like, people always bringing up the same HBCUs. I didn't even know. And yes, HBCUs. And in several southern states, northern states, not too many on the West Coast, not none in California, but if you research, there's a lot of HBCUs. And if you want to support them, then you can look it up. If you know a corporation that's thinking about donating to a HBCU, help them do the research so they can do that. Different and go to a HBCU. In Texas, there's a lot of HBCUs, which people don't even. The movie Great Debaters was based off of Wiley, which is HBCU. Of course, Prairie View, Texas Southern. Paul Quinn is up here in Dallas. Texas College. It's a lot of HBCUs. Bennett. Several people kept bringing up the Bennett story, but I personally donated to Bennett. And then I even talked to some Bennett alumni in Atlanta and explained to them about how the school was going through something. And they didn't even know at the time. And they called some of their friends and got together and started donating more money. And I was like, yeah. And at the time, I didn't know nothing about Bennett besides the fact that it was a HBCU. But when you dig deep into the history and you find out it was the first HBCU that was available to all African American women, that definitely means something. That definitely is a part of a culture and a history that you want to stay around. Beautiful campus from what I can see from the pictures. I haven't actually visited. But stories like that really break my heart on a personal level. And again, I haven't even been there. And so to raise awareness, I had posted out screenshots from a long time ago when I was donating and trying to raise awareness for Bennett because it meant a lot to me. And it almost make you want to cry, the thought of somebody HBCU close. You really attend, if you have HBCU dreams, you attend your HBCU, you loved your experience. If you're like me, you have a heart for the culture, you have a heart for your HBCU. I had dreams of being a Black Fox before I even got to Prairie View. Tried out in high school before I graduated so I could be a Black Fox my freshman year. Of course, I didn't make it. I didn't make it. She was like, you should go take select dance as elective and do it for a year and come back. But no, I didn't make it. But you don't have to be a great person. Like you could be an everyday person and bring awareness to things. I also know that people were like, the United Negro College Fund is getting their third portion. But I also know the United Negro College Fund say that they donate to 37 HBCUs. So 37 out of 107 is not a lot. So again, I like to advocate for the SWAC because that's where I came from. And then I also like to advocate for other HBCUs or HBCUs that people think they forgot about them. Some other HBCUs that were mentioned is Stillman, Winston-Salem, which I know some teachers that came from there, Cheney, Shaw University, Bennett again, of course, St. Paul's College in Virginia, Del State or Delaware State, we didn't forget about you, Clark again, South Carolina State, Clafton University, FAMU. The fact that Morris Brown is still up and running but needing money to get their accreditation. North Carolina A&T, Tuskegee University. I had some friends go there, love them. Clark again, Wilberforce, Central State, Langston University, Harris Stowe State University, Lincoln University, Central State, Bluefield State. And somebody wanted to throw in that, do you know that there's a HBCU that's 90% white? Yes, but that's not the conversation I was trying to have. Winston-Salem, Bethune-Cookman, South Carolina State. People also wanted to say whether or not Lincoln or Cheney were the first HBCUs. So I guess Cheney was the first, but Lincoln was the first degree granting HBCU. So Lincoln was the first degree granting, but Cheney was the first. Hey, hey. We're not trying to debate that. We just need sure they both get funds so they can stay up. Thank you. Savannah State. That's where Shannon went to, who in the NFL Hall of Fame. JSU, Jackson State again. Love that band. Go check that out. Texas College, Jarvis Christian College. Oh, this is Texas again. Paul Quinn, Kentucky State. Edward Waters College, which was the first HBCU in Florida. Tuskegee again. Central State, somebody said it's 8 HBCUs in Carolina alone. Paul Quinn again in Dallas. Albany, Voorhees, Virginia State, Virginia Union, Hampton University. I think it's good to bring up Hampton University because, again, people may think that that's one of those schools that's getting a lot of donations, but I remember it might have been earlier this year or in the winter time. A lot of students were adding DJ Envy off the Breakfast Club in his mentions, and they were like, hey, you're alumni and you have the power, that voice to raise awareness for us. You know, was you aware that our dorms was leaking water and, you know, this and this, and the conditions they were in, and they was having pictures, and again, prestigious university, love Hampton, but obviously something is going on there. Talladega, Tuskegee again, Lincoln again, Payne College, Fort Valley, Jarvis Christian College, again, Cheney being the first, but Lincoln being the first degree granting, Lamar Owens in Memphis, Tennessee. And again, yes, there's over 100. People want to know. And so how it went viral is people wanting to add their university, people wanting to remind me of their university, some people wanting to debate, which if it's constructive and it's positive and we're going towards a goal, cool. If it's divisive because you want the clout, I mean, I'm not down for that. I probably blocked like 10 people and kept them moving. Ricky Smiley featured my tweet in an article about how the HBCU community, you know, was upset about HBCUs not getting funded for all. That's an article that I don't know who's gonna read, but I used my voice and we got it out there. If the Breakfast Club brought it up, I don't care if they didn't even mention my name or my Twitter, as long as they get the word out there. To those students that saw that it was over 100, whether they were high school students or students that haven't got to the college level yet, or maybe you was on the college level. Now it gives you an opportunity to do the research for yourself so you can understand what's out there. But raising awareness is the goal, and that's the intention. Moving forward, again, if I see another HBCU in need, like when I saw Bennett in need, I'll be on every social media platform saying donate to the HBCU. Being an advocate for HBCUs starts where you are. It starts with your platforms. It starts locally. It starts with going for what you know. I just want to end my video on a high note, and the importance of HBCUs are so great because they offer so many things to the African American community. The opportunities are endless. Just like my HBCU is known for engineers, chemical engineers, electrical engineers. My fiance, chemical engineer, and he's like third generation to come out of Prairie View for engineering. We're known for our architect school, where we have some brilliant architects. There's a juvenile justice center. I did undergrad in the criminal justice field. We also have the Undergraduate Medical Academy. Some other HBCUs out there, like Xavier, their students go on, they are the #1 school, HBCU in the nation, where students go on to become doctors. And it's evident. You see it on TV in Married to Medicine. If you know people, you know they'll talk about Xavier and Mahari. I don't know if it's Mahari or Mahari, but it's in Nashville, and a lot of people go there for medical school at HBCU. And so those things need to be continually funded so the opportunities in the STEM fields can be allowed to diverse groups of people, especially in the medical field where there's disparities in healthcare. You hear about Black women suffering at a higher rate and dying at a higher rate because the doctor didn't believe that they were bleeding out or suffering. One day I was watching National Geographic and I saw 2 Black men owning a animal clinic, and I just knew that I think they said they went to Fort Valley State. And when they said that, I said they must have went to Tuskegee for veterinarian school, and they did, because you just see Black greatness and you just associate it with other great things. And so that's why it's important to keep Tuskegee open, because last time I checked, there were 7 vet schools in the nation, and one of them is an HBCU. That's powerful. And so just wanted to share some importance with you all. And if you attend an HBCU and you're fired up about it like me, continue to advocate. Thank y'all.